Dear students, welcome to my video. Chapter 13 Direct and Inverse Proportions Part 1. In this chapter, we have to discuss about the variation of two quantities. In our day-to-day life, we can see variations in one quantity bringing in variation in the other quantity. Look at these examples. First one, as the speed of a vehicle increases, the time taken to cover the same distance decreases. The second one, more apples cost more money. Is it correct? Yes. Then third one, more interest earned for more money deposited. Okay. The fourth one, more distance to travel, more petrol needed. In these all examples we have two quantities. Okay, in the first example, first quantity is speed and the second quantity is time. If you take a distance, the fixed distance, then that distance we have to travel. So here speed will be increase, the same way the time will be decrease. Okay, in the second example, apple and money is the two quantities. So more apples. For example, 1 kilo apple is 30 rupee. What about the 2 kilogram? It will be increase, that is 60. Okay, 1 kilogram apple cost is 30 rupee and the 2 kilogram apple is 60 rupee. So one quantity is increasing, the same way the second quantity also increasing. In the third example, in a bank, we have to deposit some money. Then after 1 or 2 year or after 1 year, you will get a interest. Then what about the second year? It will be increasing. That it is we have a two quantity. One is interest and the second quantity is deposited money. If you deposit more money, then you will get more interest. So one quantity is increasing, the second quantity is also increasing. Then fourth one, more distance to travel, more petrol needed. That means we have to take here distance is the first quantity and the second quantity is petrol. If you increase the distance of the travel, the petrol we have to increase. Is it very clear? Okay, so one quantity is increasing, the same quantity will be increase. Okay, so these are the some examples of variation of two quantities. So in this chapter we have to study some concept of variations. Okay, so first of all we have to discuss direct proportion or direct variation. What is direct proportion? Very simple. We have two quantities. This quantity, one quantity is increasing, the same way the second quantity also increasing. And the second one is one quantity is decreasing, the same way the second quantity also decreasing. That type of proportion is called direct proportion. So in this way, we have to take two quantities x and y. Here, two numbers are x and y are said to vary in direct proportion. We have a condition that means if x is divided by y and you will get a constant number, you can take a small letter k. That is x divided by y is equal to small letter k or x equal to ky, where k is a constant number. Okay. Look this example. Number of working hours is increasing and paid wages will be increasing. One working hour, that is 1 hour. Here paid means 100. So 2 hour means 200. 3 hours means 300. So 1 divided by 100 is equal to 1 by 100. 2 divided by 200 is equal to 1 by 100. 3 divided by 300 is equal to 1 by 100. Every time x divided by y is equal to a constant number. Okay, so these are called direct proportion. The next one, inverse proportion or inverse variation. Here, very simply we can say one quantity is increasing, the second quantity is decreasing. The same way, second case is one quantity is decreasing, the second quantity is increasing. So this type of variation is called inverse proportion, and also we have a condition. We have two quantities x and y. X is multiplied to y. X is multiplied to y. You will get a constant number. X into y is equal to small letter k. K is a constant. Okay. Here we have an example. Speed increases, and the same way the second quantity is time taken to travel is decreases in the fixed distance. Okay, so here 24 kilometer per hour is speed in a vehicle. Then what is the time taken to travel? 5 hour. What about the speed increases? That is 25 to 50. So 50 kilometer per hour speed increases, then time taken to travel is 2.5 hour. What about 75 kilometer per hour? It is 1.67 hour. Okay. Then multiply 25 into 5, you will get 125. Then 50 into 2.5, you will get 125. And also 75 into 1.67, you will get 125 is the answer, the same answer. So this variation is called inverse variation. So let us discuss some examples. First one, an electric pole 14 meter high cast a shadow of 10 meters. Find the length of a tree that cast a shadow of 15 meters under similar conditions. In the question, we have two objects. One is height of the tree and the second one is length of the shadow of tree. As you know, the height of the object is increasing, the length of its shadow also increases. That means one quantity is increasing, the same way the second quantity also increasing. That is called direct proportion. That is, the question is given, it is in direct variation. Then, what are the given measurements? Height of the object is 14 meter is given, and its length of the shadow is 10 meter. Okay. Then we have to find x, height of the object, and its length of the shadow is given, that is 15 meter. Already I told you the situation is direct variation or direct proportion. So we have a condition. What is the condition? X divided by y equal to small letter k. So what are the x? 14. What is y? 10. So 14 divided by 10 is equal to x divided by 15. So cross multiply, you will get x is equal to 14 into 15 divided by 10. Then after the cancellation, you will get x equal to 21. That means height of tree is 21 meter. Then second question, the cost of 5 meters of a particular quality of cloth is rupees 210. Tabulate the cost of 4 meter of cloth of the same type. The question is given that two quantities, one is quantity of cloth and the second one is cost of cloth. That means the quantity of cloth is increasing and the same way cost of cloth also increasing. So the question is given in direct proportion. What are the given measurements? Here quantity of cloth is 5 meter and its cost of cloth is 210 rupees. So we have to find 4 meter cloth. What is the cost of cloth? That is our question. So this problem is, or this situation is in direct proportion. So we can write x divided by y. That's equal to small letter k. So 5 divided by 210 is equal to 4 divided by y. So cross multiply, you will get y into 5 is equal to 4 into 210. Then after the calculation, you will get y equal to 168. That means cost of 4 meter of cloth is rupees 168. The next question, if the weight of 12 sheets of thick paper is 40 grams, how many sheets of the same paper would weigh 2.5 kilogram? So what is the situation? Number of sheets increasing, the same way weight of the sheet is also increasing. So they are in direct proportion. So what are the given measurements? Number of sheets 12. So what is the weight of these sheets? 40 gram. So we have to find two and a half weight. That is two and a half weight means 2500 gram. Here 1 kilogram means 1000 gram. So 2 kilogram means 2000 gram. So 2500 means two and a half kilogram. So what is its number of sheets? That is, we have to take small letter x. X 2500. Okay. So we can write x divided by y is equal to small letter k. It is in direct proportion. Therefore here x 12, y 40. 12 divided by 40 is equal to x divided by 2500. Then cross multiply, you will get x is equal to 12 into 2500 divided by 40. And after the cancellation, you will get x is equal to 750. That means, therefore, 750 sheets will weight 2.5 kilogram. The next question, 6 pipes are required to fill a tank in 1 hour 20 minutes. How long will it take if only 5 pipes of the same type are used? So the situation, what is the situation here? We increase the number of pipes and the time taken to fill the tank decreases. That means first quantity is increasing, the second quantity is decreasing. So they are in inverse proportion. They are in inverse proportion. So what are the given measurements? Number of pipes 6 and time taken to fill the tank is 80 minutes. That is 1 hour 20 minutes means 80 minutes. Then number of pipes is reduced to 5. Then what is the time taken to fill the tank? So what is the condition? X is multiplied to y, you will get small letter k. So what is x? 6. What is y? 80. So 6 into 80 is equal to 5 into y. Then cross multiply, you will get 6 into 80 divided by 5 is equal to y. So what is y? Y equal to 96 minute. So 96 minute means 1 hour and 36 minute. So 5 pipes will fill the tank in 96 minutes or 1 hour 36 minute. The next question, there are 100 students in a hostel. Food provisions for them is for 20 days. How long will these provisions last if 25 more students join the group? So what is the situation? We increase a number of students. The same way, the number of days food will be last in decrease. That means first quantity is increasing, the second quantity is decreasing. That is in inverse proportion. Then what are the given measurements? Number of students is 100. So number of days means 20. Okay, 20 days. Then number of students, 25 is more. 25 more students join this group, that is 100 plus 25, that is 125. So what is the number of days? That is our question. So it is in inverse proportion, so we can write x into y is equal to k. So 100 into 20 is equal to 125 into y. Then cross multiply, you will get y equal to 100 into 20 divided by 125. So you will get y equal to 16. Therefore, the provision will now last for 16 days. The next question, if 15 workers can build a wall in 48 hours, how many workers will be required to do the same work in 30 hours? So what is the situation? Here we increase the number of workers. So time taken to build the wall decrease. That is, first quantity is increasing, the second quantity is decreasing. So it is in inverse proportion. So what are the given measurements? Number of workers, that is 15. So number of hours, that is 48. Okay. Then again the number of hours is reduced to 30. 48 is reduced to 30. So decreasing. So that time the number of workers will be increasing. That is x. We have to Assume the number is x. So how to write here? 15 into 48 is equal to x into 30. That is x into y is equal to k. So cross multiply, you will get x equal to 15 into 48 divided by 30. Then after the cancellation, you will get x equal to 24. Therefore, 24 workers are required to build the wall. Thanks for watching my video. Please wait for next video. Thank you.